Hey, what's up everybody? It's Austin with 54 Lawn and Garden. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Toro Z Master 2000 series. This is an all-new model for 2026 and I think it's an unbeatable value. Let me show you why. So this mower is our demo. So I just got done mowing my lawn here. This one's gonna have a 60-inch turbo force deck. It obviously cuts pretty well. You do get a factory installed light bar in the center. If it starts getting late on you and you got to finish your yard, you have that light there to help you out. This I-beam front end with tow hooks here makes it easy to strap down. That's super handy. Onto the deck, it is a full 7-gauge deck shell with extra reinforcements. So 7-gauge is a good balance of lightweight, so it's not going to put a ton of strain on your frame and your deck hangers, but it's still very, very strong. And obviously the reinforcements are the huge factor to that strength. So you can see how beefy these anti-scalp brackets are, as well as the solid weld bullnose on that leading edge of the deck. On the front, you do get 13 by 6.5 tires. They give you a nice rubber tread plating on here and on the floorboard, as well as a rubber bumper up front. If you were to put multiple of these on a trailer, units coming against each other, that would not scratch the one in front of it. And this does flip up and it does also come on out. So as you can see, I really need to blow this thing off. I just got done mowing with it, but it does make it super easy to do so, to blow that out. And your pulley covers, that's a really good feature with Toro, is those pulley covers just come right off, give you easy access here to your entire deck, really. And you can see how beefy these components are. One thing important to note is Toro gives this mower a 4-year or 1,000 hour parts and labor warranty, and that is going to cover a lot of these moving parts you see here. So if a bearing were to go out in one of your idlers or one of your spindles here, generally speaking, Toro is going to cover that, parts and labor 100% covered, to get those replaced if they do go out in that 4-year or 1,000 hour window. And again, you can see super easy to replace that platform and this pulley cover. Over here you have your parking brake. This is a direct link brake on back to your transmission. No cables there to wear out or break, and it gives a nice positive feedback there. Your levers here, the dampeners in this are very much on the smooth side. It really gives it some good handling, very responsive. This does come with a very plush suspension seat. You can see how well bolstered that is, and this is adjustable, so you can kind of put that in by weight, and you see the arrow there. You can turn that to your weight. That adjusts the tension on that seat. Deck height of cut is really pretty straightforward. Right now it is down in the 4 position, but if you push this, it automatically locks up in transport mode, and you can take this pin out and move it wherever you want. So 3, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, that's how it works. So 3 1/2, you drop it in right there, and it is a magnetic retention, so it's not going to bounce off on its own. But you push this forward with your foot and then push this latch, and then it drops down into position. You do get a nice rubber discharge chute here. If you get up against a post or a tree, that's not going to break, it's just going to flex out of the way. The drive tires in the rear are going to be 24 by 12 on a 12-inch rim, so that is considered a full-size tire. That 12 wide contact patch also gives you super duper traction. For transmissions on this, you're going to get Hydro Gear 3400, which is a 12cc pump, and that is a full commercial transmission. Absolutely fantastic. And that 4-year 1,000 hour warranty with Toro, they actually make that to include the transmissions as well. That's something not a lot of brands will do. Most brands kind of leave it up to Hydro Gear, but with Toro, they go the extra mile and give you that 4-year 1,000 hour on the transmissions as well, even though it's a Hydro Gear product, which that is a really good value there. For power, this model 77292 Z Master is going to come with a Kawasaki FX730, 726cc. This is rated at 23.5 horsepower with those 12cc pumps and Toro's cutting efficiency on that deck. Your power draw on this mower is very low, so generally speaking, that engine is going to do just exactly what most people need it to do on this mower. It's not going to be like running a big block 1000cc engine or anything, but you really, unless you get into some super thick stuff, you really will not notice a huge lack of power on this mower. Your rollover protection bar here, it does fold down super easy. You can see the pin there, and you have a few different notches that you can put that into. You get a super stylish rear engine guard here, and it does come with a receiver hitch, so if you wanted to tow a light trailer, you could actually put a regular ball hitch in there and tow a trailer around. I love Toro's serviceability here. The battery is always super easy to get to. The battery is one of those things that inevitably you will have to do something with it at some point. So when it comes down to replacing it, you have this rubber strap. You can just take it loose just like that, and that works super well. I wish more manufacturers would do that. You got a fuse box in here, and your oil drain comes out on a hose just right back here, so you can drain your oil super easy right there. Got your oil filter and your oil. Everything is relatively simple to maintain and easy to get to. Here's where you fill your tank. This does have a 7-gallon tank. It's underneath the seat. This is always going to be balanced the same because it's a single tank, and then it's also low under there to get that center of gravity as low as possible. Step up to the operator platform, and here everything is really pretty well thought out. You got your ignition switch here and your choke. It's right next to each other. Everything's easy to find. You're not going to have to search for anything. This is your PTO switch. I love that this is a toggle switch. You don't have that plunger that you're yanking up on, and we see a lot more durability out of these switches here. It's a very reliable switch, and again, that's something Toro is covering under that 4-year 1,000 hour warranty. So they tend to go for premium parts because, trust me, they don't want to pay out warranty claims all the time. This throttle is very smooth. It's got a nice positive indent at the top. It just feels a lot more premium and secure. I also love this hour meter. So you got your hours on there, 21.4. If I turn the key on, you can see it's going to read out the battery amperage, but then it's going to switch to, and it has those check boxes at the top. So this is actually for your PTO switch, your parking brake, your neutral, and your seat switch. So if I turn the PTO on, you can see that light goes out. If I turn, if I put a lever in, you can see the neutral light goes out. If I turn the parking brake off, you can see that light also goes out. And if I leave the seat, that light goes out. So I always tell people, this right here, if you have all of those lit, your machine is ready to start. All your switches are satisfied and you're ready to start. And it's also an easy diagnostic. Sometimes you can have a lever just partially in like that. That can cause a no start issue. So if you are mindful of that switch there, it kind of gives you a list of things to check. As you can see, now that I move my lever back out where it needs to be, fires right up. So it's a kind of an onboard diagnostic there. This compartment here, you do get a phone holder. It works pretty well. A phone holder, and then complementing that is some USB charging ports. This machine really is hard to beat, and I think it's an incredible value. If you want to lock one down for yourself, come see me, 54 Lawn and Garden in Paris.